Hi everyone, my name is parulprashar and welcome back to a new video. This video is really special. I'm not here in India and I'm here in Tokyo, Japan for the Asia Conference organized by Harvard Project for Asian and International Relations in University of Tokyo, Japan. And honestly, it is a totally new experience for me. Like I don't know how to react in this situation. First time international travel, first time conference with the top students across the world, top 500 students selected from across million students. Everything seems like a miracle, and I'm grateful to God for everything that has been happening in this recent days. So this video, I'll show you my previous video as well, like when I was just starting out my journey back at the airport. Hi everyone, my name is parulprashar and in today's video I'm going to talk about something related to the last video. Like if you must have seen the video of my magazine, I told there that something very big is actually happening, and I did not share it at that time, but I want to tell you all that this is going to be my first international trip, and I'll be traveling to Japan, Tokyo for the Asia Conference organized by Harvard Project for Asian and International Relations, and this is going to take place in University of Tokyo, Japan. I'm not that good at vlogging and other type of things because I've never tried it before, but since this is my first time, I want to take you all in this journey and gain as much experience as I can and take so much valuable learnings back home so that I can apply them in my life itself. I want to tell you all that this is going to be something really big and it is not easy. Like a person who is seeing it from external might see, oh, she got so much big opportunity, but in reality there's so much stress, so much confusion because I never know how to apply, and then I got selected, and then I had to do a lot of stuff, my applications, and then it was a lot of praying that will this really happen, and I'm grateful to God for making this happen, and He made me get selected in such a big event, and now I'm finally traveling to Japan for this. Just wanted to share with you all so that when I put the entire video out there, I am actually planning, see, it's a 5-day event there in Japan, so I'm actually planning to do shoot each day so that I can share my learnings in a better way, and it is also going to be a documentation of my own journey. So I have planned this way, so this can be an introduction of that video, that this is something I'm actually planning to do. So I'm actually currently not at Delhi airport. I will be going to Delhi in some time, and this is something I really wanted to share with you all before I could actually do. And at present I'm at the airport, so I hope like it will be a good journey, and I'm forever grateful for everything that God has been giving me in this thing and throughout my life. Thank you and bye. So in this video, I want to tell you, I initially decided that every day at my hotel, I'm going to record a video so that I can document my journey and what my feelings are in at each day. But I wasn't able to do that. So, like today, like the schedule was extremely hectic, and today I have finally got some time for myself. Like, I still have to do a lot of work after this, but I still got some time to record this video, and I want to share with you all the experiences of my travel to Japan, what I felt, what my room is, and how did I manage all of those things. Like, I'm just like all of you, a college student who doesn't really know what she wants to do in her life. And it's just a hustle, like just figuring out things by my own self. And it's not easy, right? So, I want you all to learn something like how I managed all this and what you all can take from my journey, experiences that you can gain, and maybe apply them in your life as well, so that if you like get some opportunity, or if you face such situation, how should you deal with those things. And like, first of all, before beginning the video, again, like, I'm extremely grateful to God for having given me this opportunity of being here in Tokyo, and that too in the best university, in University of Tokyo, with the best students of Harvard and then the top students from across the world. I'm extremely grateful for all of these things. So today, when I'm recording this video, it's actually 9:45 p.m. in Japan, and in India, like, you might be still having 5:30 or 6 o'clock. I'm not really sure, like, approximate this much time. So, um, it's 22nd August, and I'm here since 19th August, and I thought that when I'll be here on 19th, then 20th, 21st, I would record a video each day, but I wasn't able to do that. I'll tell you in the later part of the video, like, why I wasn't able to do that. But today, like, I'll share everything, like everything that has happened from 19th to 22nd, and I really hope, like, tomorrow and day after, and then finally when I'm leaving Japan, I'm able to record another video. But before starting the video, a quick room tour of what my hotel is about. And you know what? Like, it's really untidy. It isn't organized. I'm a very organized person, but you know what? Like, I'm living in a very small space, so I have to spread my things out so that I don't have to open my bags again and again. So, short room tour of what my hotel room is about and where I'm currently living. So, this area is near Ueno station in Tokyo itself, like very close to Ueno station, and I'm living near Ueno Park, and this is kind of a hotel, like APA hotels that are very famous in Japan. And so our conference, okay, so I reached here on 19th, and okay, before doing anything, like, let's get a short room tour. This is Ueno station in Ueno, Tokyo, Japan. Let's go. So basically, this is the door of my room from inside, and I'll tell you something. Like, in Japan, there's a rule that they're not going to clean rooms every day. Like, your hotel rooms would be cleaned once in 3 days, and unless you request them specifically by putting up this card outside your room, they're not going to clean it again. So also, like, this rooms, they open from inside only, and if you want to open it from outside, you need to have a card, and like, this is the card, and this is the button to turn on and off the light of entire room. So like, you enter the room and there are carpets around, and like my shoes and my sandals. So I'll turn around, like, this is the room and this is the carpet, and I have my suitcase placed here. This is the washroom. Like, not really big space, like very small. Okay, so this side I have my clothes hanging, like, really my very professional clothes, like, okay, like, if I go inside, like, this is the bed, and I do have kept some things over here which I'll be showing you in the video because I received them from some really special people in Japan. I would be sharing that with you as well. Like, this is my room, these are the curtains, and I have a TV which I haven't on yet until now, and like, this is me in front of a mirror. I have a desk here, and it's really very untidy, I know, but I don't have a lot of space. And this is, you know what, the first time Starbucks cold coffee that I've ordered. And this is another mirror. I have my bag, and then this bag, I received it from HPAIR itself, and this also I got from HPAIR. Okay, so this is the AC of the room, like it's inbuilt, and you'll get the air from this place and then this place. So this is the AC, and they have kept a clock over here, and like this is the charger, and I had to take an adapter for Japan because they take type A chargers, and these are some things I got from really special people in Japan. Okay, so this is my bed. If you want to take a view outside, I'll show you. Like, I'm able to see a building, I'm still not sure what it is. So this is what Japan looks like from my window, and that tower that you can see on the outside, I guess it's a Tokyo tower. No, I guess it's Tokyo Skytree. And this is in front of me Ueno Park and a number of buildings outside. So my window view. So I'm back again. So I'll take you right on the day everything started. So 19th of August, I reached at the Haneda airport in Japan, and it was 6 a.m. in morning in Japanese time, and in India it was 2:30 a.m. And like I took an international roaming package, and then I did an immigration, and it was like really hectic stuff because we had to get through a number of lines and then write a number of forms, fill them, and finally we I got off all of these things, and I was free to look around, and everything was done, and I had to get to my hotel. And in Japan, you all of you know, like we everyone kind of uses metros, and that's famous in Japan. But I honestly I've never traveled in India in metros. Like I'm not living in Delhi, so I haven't used metros. In Japan also I was like really confused. How am I going to manage all of these stuff? And then I thought I would take a taxi, and then I called someone. They were saying they would go in a taxi, and then other people told that they would also go. I chose one group, and I met those students. Like they were Indians. A number of Indians were going in the same flight. Like we were going for the same conference, and number of people were meeting the same day, but I wasn't knowing any one of them beforehand. So I met them there. We had to exchange our currency. It was my first time, so like I was really nervous. How would I manage all those things? But it wasn't tough. Like we asked them like where the places to exchange the money. They told us, and we went there and we exchanged our money. So I exchanged some amount, not the entire amount. Like to be very precise, I exchanged like $70, for which I got pretty good money, like 9,000 yen or something. So we came back downstairs, and they were saying like we'll go in taxi, and I and one more person, we were like we should take trains because every day we have to commute through trains, and it's important and necessary itself to like understand how their procedure is. So everyone agreed, and we took a train. Oh, sorry, not took a train. In Japan, you have to take tickets, and the alternative is getting a Suica card. Suica card is like a card in Japan that works approximately everywhere. Like if you're going trains, you put your Suica card, money gets deducted. On other places like in convenience stores or in 7-Eleven or other Family Mart and other places, you can still scan your Suica card. And I got my Suica card made, like, and it was around 3,000 yen, and it had money of 2,500 yen in it. And we went into the first train of our life. We were using Google Maps, and first we got into a train. We were confused like if this is the exact train or not, and then we got off the train. We met the station master, and the biggest problem we faced in Japan was like people did not know English, and it was really tough to communicate. And so like we were having our Google translators in our hand, and we wrote the stuff, and they told us what the exact metro line is, and we sat there. And like it was so wonderful getting out of that Haneda airport through that metro. There was water, like I'm not sure if it's a sea or a pond or something, but there was huge, like huge water area, and the metro was passing up above that. And then through the buildings also the metro was going, and it was such a wonderful view to see. Like I'll put some pictures also so that you can recognize what I'm talking about. It was really very beautiful experience. Like I was feeling like we are going through the buildings through using the metro. And it was 6 a.m. in the morning, and so the metros were like they were not filled. They were empty. One or two people, Japanese or maybe American or someone, they were there, and we did not find other people. And then
at Ueno station, I had to get off the train, and my friends, they had to go to there. They had booked an Airbnb, and I was staying in a hotel. I got off the train at the Ueno station, and then, since I told you, I've never used Delhi Metro. The first thing I faced, like, I was finding the Shinobazu gate, which is the exit of the Ueno station, and I was having my suitcase in my hand, like the bigger one which I showed you, and then my backpack on the shoulders, and I was carrying all of this heavy stuff. It was so hectic, like I cannot speak in words, like what I was feeling at that time, and carrying those things, climbing the stairs, my arms started paining so badly. Like, I've never faced those things, and I realized, like, back in India, our parents do all of these things for us. Like, I'm not a hostel student, I'm a day scholar, so I never faced those things. For me, it was a totally new experience, and I was literally crying, like, what I have been what I'm doing, like, here, I'm totally alone. Back there, my parents do all of these things for me, and here nobody's there to carry and help me. So I the best, like, the worst part of that entire way to my hotel was, I got up the stairs, I found out the place where we had to scan our card again, and I was not really sure, like, why do we have to scan our card again. I was like, they're going to deduct my money twice. And I asked the station master, and he was not helpful at all. Like, I asked him, he said no, no, and I was confused, like, what are you saying, man? I don't know what you're telling. And I was like, I started literally crying, like, what's happening? I don't know what's the way to my hotel. And then I went back again, the entire 2 layer of stairs, and with my suitcase. And then I asked someone else, he told me you have to go downstairs. And I took my bag again downstairs. It was very tough. And I was again thinking, I went to the station master, and he again said, no, no. And I was confused, like, then I opened chat GPT and asked, like, why are they asking me to scan my card again? And then it told me that once you scan your card at first place, it does not deduct money, but once you go out of a station and scan again, then it deducts money based upon how much distance you have traveled. And this is the way things work in Japan. And so I was a bit relaxed. I scanned that card and I came on the road. Put some clips also of that. I came on the road. It was like, as everyone say, like, Japanese people waiting until the signs get green. Even if there's no car, they're still waiting. Even if there's nothing. So it was early morning, and a number of people were there. I was really confused. I was sweating so badly. I was crying inside, like, what's happening with me? And then I used the Google Maps, and I traveled to my hotel, and it was in front of park, and I did not know the alternative way. I took a number of stairs, like, it were approximately like 30 stairs that I climbed up with my bag, and then I climbed down again with my backpack, and it was really tough. I called my parents. I was not able to talk to them nicely because I was crying, and I did not want them to see that I'm crying, because they would also get upset in the morning. But I could not hide my tears. Like, honestly speaking, like, I don't want to hide something, but this is what I felt in the first trip. And then I got into my hotel, and the biggest problem in Japan, they do not give check-in until 3 p.m. in the hotels. And initially, when I was in India, I was like, I won't go to my hotel 3 p.m. I'll give them my bags, and then I'll go outside, maybe to the university or explore local area, and then I would do a number of things, just see how things are actually happening. And when I got into my hotel at that time, I gave them my backpacks. I was still crying inside, and they told me you cannot check in before 3 p.m. And if you do, they're going to charge 2,000 yen for 1 hour. And I was approximately 6 hours early before my check-in time at 3 p.m. And I gave them a backpack. I decided I would go outside, and I was not actually very feeling very good to carry a bag again. So I gave all my bags. I took a side bag with me, and then I went into their restroom. Like, they did not have a place to, like, sit down or relax. It was so bad. I did not like this in reality, like, honestly. And then I went to their restroom. I called my parents, and I was like, we I had to check in at 3 p.m. and it's 6 hours until the check in. And my father was like, I already knew this is going to happen, and I knew that you will take the room right when you reach the hotel. So don't think, go and do the check-in. And I was literally crying, like, making them spend so much money on myself. But at that moment, it was the worst situation. Like, reaching hotel at 9 p.m. and then getting checking done at 3 p.m. and then waiting for all those hours, especially when you're first time in a country like Tokyo, when you don't have something to eat also. I got into my hotel, I paid the money, and then I came into my room, and this was the room that I came into. I put my things aside, and then I called my parents, and I was not really showing my face because I was crying. And then I talked to them like I thought I would record a video then also, but I was really really tired. Like my shoulders and everything was spinning very badly. I haven't walked so much in my life. I did in Japan. So I slept for almost 2 hours, and it was around like 2 p.m. to 2 p.m. something, like when I got up, and I thought that I'm here at 9. I would get up at 1 and then leave my hotel at 2 and go outside and explore a number of places. Even my friends, they went directly to Tokyo Sky Tree to explore that place. And when they called me, I was like, I haven't booked the tickets. I don't want to spend extra money. This is what I faced the initial 2 days. I was like really, I did not want to spend money again on so many number of things, and I was crying so much, like it's huge expense. I did not want my parents to do a number of things for me. And then I told them, like, you go to Tokyo Tower, I won't be able to join you. And then I called my mother. I was like, initially before I called her, I was crying on my own and then facing things on my own, and I decided I would go leave my hotel at 2, and it was 3 p.m. And then I called my mother, and I was like, I started crying in front of her, like, I don't know what's happening with me. I don't want to get here. I'm feeling very lonely. It's so bad. I took my bag and other things entirely alone, and I feel really sad. I was talking all of these things with my mother, and then she kind of motivated me, like, you are here, it's a good opportunity, you should not waste your time and just go outside and explore other stuff. Like, if other students are also going, why should you not go with them, and you should also explore the stuff. And then this is when I also talked to my, like, cousin. She's in Germany, so I talked to her. She also motivated me, and then I finally got ready and got off my hotel. And since I told you, I'm living near Ueno Park, and near this park we have a pond kind of stuff, and near that pond we have some shrine of Buddhist. Like, I'm not really sure, but like, this is what it is. So I went to the Ueno Park, and then I looked across. A number of people were sitting. I could recognize, like, some were Indian, maybe not Indian, could be Bangladeshi or Nepali. But I was not in the mood of going to someone and talking because I was really lonely inside. And one really cultural shock that I felt here was there's specific smoking areas in Japan. Like, it's good, like, you're not smoking in open, it's not allowed. But I felt like if there's a smoking area in specific, it means like a number of people are in a habit of smoking in Japan. And I was looking that area, it's in the same park. I was looking in that area from outside, and like, people of my age, like, they were all smoking, and I did not like that thing. But yeah, like, this is Japan. So I took the stairs through out of the park, and then I went to that pond. And inside that pond, like, it was not actually a pond. Like, it was a pond, but you could not see water exactly. It is filled with lotus flowers, and I was so much awestruck by that. Like flowers of say 3 feet and 4 feet, like, so beautiful. And like, I haven't seen, honestly, I didn't see this in India ever in my life. And I saw this. It was extreme summer. Then I got off this place, and after this, I was taking like, I was roaming around, like, what this place actually is. And then I saw that shrine, and I clicked some pictures in front of that. It was really very beautiful, like, but the time was almost over, so like, they had closed their doors. I went on the other side, and you must have seen in Doraemon Nobita, like, I'm sure you must have seen at one point in your life, they put some cards on which they write their prayer, and then they hang it around. So that place was like solely for those things. There were like, three walls, like, boards that were turned into walls, and on each of them they had the prayers, like, I wish to do something great in my life, I wish good health for everyone around. Like, it was really beautiful to see that. And I came out of that place. There was a juice shop in front of me, and this is the first time I spent some money. And I bought a juice to drink. Then I sat near a place, and it was a zoo behind me, but it was closed, like, it wasn't open at that time. Then I called my friends. They were in Asakusa, and if you know what that place is, you must remember that big red lantern that's hanging, and that's the main area. And I did record some videos over there. I'll make sure that I put that clips also. So I called them. They were like, we are in Asakusa, and you come there, take the train. And this time I was alone taking the train, and basically right from the morning to in the afternoon, I understood how to do those things. And I took the train. I went on to them. I actually did not find them initially. Like, they were in the shrine area, and I was just entering the market. and I took some pictures. It was really very beautiful place, like full with like a number of people were. It was almost full, like a number of markets. But what really shocked me, so much expensive things. Like I was really shocked, like a small bag and small slippers, even a small keychain. It was around 1,000 yen, and like my sister and my brother told me to bring some things for us, and I was like 1,000 yen keychain. How am I gonna buy that? And then it was over, and I thought I will buy those things later. So I roamed about in the market. I took some pictures. So I was there in the market. There's the main shrine and the main red road. We took some pictures over there, and I found my friends eventually. Like one of my friends, she bought kimono, the traditional Japanese kimono, for 6,000 yen. Not bad, like especially like for dress like kimono, 6,000 was fine. Then I went into a shop with Japanese slippers. Like you must have seen Doraemon Nobita when they wear kimonos, they wear wooden slippers. I saw that slippers and I was like, okay, it's good. And then there was this bag. Yeah, there was a bag like of this much size and this. There was a bag put there on the shelf, and I checked the price. I was like, okay, 3,000 yen, not bad. Like it's cheap. And then there was an American lady next to me. She was looking at the slippers and its price tag, and she went to her friends and she was like, oh, it's so expensive. And then I checked the name tag, it was 13,000 yen. I thought like bag is really very cheap. And when I looked at the bag, it was also 13,000. I was really shocked. Like small bag, 13,000 does not really make sense. Then I went back to the same place where I thought I would buy some things, and I was really surprised that Asakusa, that main market, everything closes by 7 p.m. Like it's nothing in Tokyo, Japan. Like even at 2 a.m. at night, we would go outside, you would find people. But here, it's 7 p.m. Everything was closed. There was no one around, and like people were there clicking pictures, but you couldn't buy anything from the market. So my friends, they went to other place to buy stuff, but I was like really tired. My legs were paining extremely badly. Like, and I called like I won't be able to join you. I'm going back to my hotel. Then I went to my hotel back again, taking the same trains. I got into my room. The biggest problem, like the next problem that I faced was food. Japanese food, like so much non-vegetarian. Like I'm pure vegetarian. I also do not eat eggs or meat. Like animal products, no, and eggs also no. And in Japan, so bad. Like I had already checked it from India. Even if you buy a packet of chips, it has beef and pork. Really bad. Like I was really struggling to find food, and also like the first 2 days, I had bought some food from India, and I kind of worked with that food because I was really hesitant to go to market and buy stuff for myself. I did that thing. Everything went really well. But before that night, I thought I should buy something for the next day because my conference was going to have the opening ceremony at 2:30, and then I went to 7-Eleven, which was just like 1 or 2 minutes away from my hotel. I walked to that place. I was like till 1 hour I was in that same place looking for food, and eventually I found an Indian who was working at 7-Eleven, and they were like Indian and another Canadian boy, I guess. Like they were like, we already knew like you were here since 1 hour searching for things, and right then we came to know like you must be vegetarian or a Jain. And then I realized like it's really tough. I searched for a number of things, but what I really liked in that 7-Eleven was you get a number of things. There's onigiri, which is Japanese rice. They have packed plain rice, like maybe salted rice, or that's also there's number of varieties, so you might get some non-vegetarian rice as well. I checked on internet, we get some sandwiches, and that was also non-vegetarian. Vegetarian food wasn't available. Like it was almost empty. Then I looked around for so many things, and finally I thought I would buy fruits. So I bought like a smoothie of mangoes. I'm not really sure what smoothie actually is. I thought that it would have some milk and other things in that, but it was just like sliced mangoes in a cup. I took that with me, and then I was like, I'm not able to find food to eat. And that Indian girl, like she came to me and she was like, okay, so what you can eat and what you cannot. And then she brought bread which was made of wheat, and I was like really thankful. I finally got something to eat. And then I took jam, strawberry jam, and then I took bread, and I came back home after paying the money. Like not home, my hotel. So I came to my hotel. I did not eat anything that night. Like I had that Indian food, which I tried off consuming, but I was not like getting my stomach filled to a great extent.